What is going on, guys? Today I'm here to do a gear bag review slash what's in my gear bag. So as you can see, this is Pointed Eclipse's rolling gear bags. I think it's like the industry's favorite bag. They're very rigid, very high quality. The capacity and the accessibility of these bags are fantastic. Due to the size of my apartment now, as you can see, these bags are pretty big. So I am now switching over to one of these PE expandable backpacks. And I just want to kind of show how flexible these are, given how big these are, and how you're able to fit so much gear in these, and also to kind of show my strategy in terms of how I try to organize my gear, and separate like the soft goods from like the paintball equipment. So also over here I have a duffel bag that I use in tandem with any of like these options that I use. This is strictly my soft goods bag. I tend to use this for dirty clothes or any extra stuff like cleats, pods. Sorry, my wife is cooking in the background. Pods and like thermal, like extra layers of clothes for especially the winter where you need the extra space, because these gear bags get pretty filled fairly quickly. And also I have one of these push backpacks, which I will no longer be needing also due to the capabilities of this. I was actually considering using the HK, their new Expand bags. They're sort of boxy. I don't know. There's been, I guess, decent coverage on them recently since they were just released. They look like a really nice bag. I looked into the reviews on them, and there's some issues with hardware and their zippers breaking and such like that. And that's something that can kind of make or break a bag. Really, is the hardware that they use on them. Having had this for a couple years now, I know the quality of these zippers are fantastic, and I thought I would take the risk. And these are pretty affordable. For about 80 bucks, 75 bucks, you can get this backpack, and the hardware seems to be just as durable as what you may find on one of these bags. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I just repacked this bag just for the purpose of this. So there may be some stuff missing that I would normally have in here, but for the most part, everything is here. So first off, I'm going to just sort of unpack it for you guys. And it's not packed exactly how I would prefer it, since I have been using the backpack more often now and the new bag. Anyways, so in this small section, this is probably my favorite type of storage that any gear bag could have. Is just purely for markers and quick access, where you don't need to unzip a giant massive compartment. So in here, I usually have my headbands, because when I get to the field, I'm not quite dressed right away. And the headbands are usually some of the last things that I put on. So got headbands here, barrel swab, more. I've been able to fit up to 4 markers in here, not in these types of cases, but smaller soft cases. You can fit a lot of markers in here. I usually go to the field with at least 2 markers. My main markers right now for review are the DSR and of course the new 4s, which I will be using tomorrow. Thankfully, and hopefully the weather holds out and it isn't an absolute tundra. So another barrel swab here. HK barrel breaker, ball breaker, I think. My favorite. So the main compartment, hopefully you guys can see this. I don't have a wider lens, unfortunately, so Yeah, hopefully you guys can see this pocket. I was just looking for my freak inserts. I usually leave in this pocket. They're located, oh, sorry, Baxter. They're usually located in this compartment here for nice, quick, and easy access. These are the standard freak sizes rather than XL. You don't need a lot of space for them, thankfully. And I kind of prefer them for that reason. In this compartment, I have a bunch of random lanyards from events, chronograph, which is extremely important. I'm just going to leave the lanyards in there for now. I always usually carry a bit of Teflon tape just in case for some older markers, in case a rental needs help or just someone needs help with a random leak that they have. So usually when I go to the field, I have my soft goods all packed away in my gear bag. So when I roll up to the field, I can just change right there. I don't have to like wait out my car with my gear bag separate. I just get to the staging area and I can change right there. Usually I can hold a pod or a paint holder. I got my Cmd goggles here, which are fantastic. I used to run Flexes, the Empire E Flexes, which are fantastic markers or masks as well. But I like the fit and finish of the CMDs a little bit better. And they're a little bit tighter to my face, which provides still the same amount of protection. I felt the E Flexes sat a little far from my mouth. Let's see. Got my dirty pod pack here, which is separated using this divider here that is used to store a half put together marker or miscellaneous, however you want to use it. So we have pod pack here. The thing with like usually in these gear bag videos, you never see the pod packs full or like with pods in them. In this gear bag, I'll show you how you can actually still do that. 77 tank by Ninja. I got some random macro lines here. I'll probably just leave them in here for now. Spire IR, I keep in a little sack to protect. And I got a bunch of Under Armour legs, base for the upper body, my jersey, slider shorts, pants, arm pads, knee pads I bought off Amazon because they're way more comfortable than paintball pads and way less expensive, and a change of shirt. So that's, see, this is a decent amount of soft goods. Definitely more for the winter rather than what you would find during the summer. I always keep garbage bags on me in my gear bags. Toothbrushes for paint. What else is in here? It's about it. And one of my marker stands that I made out of wood. Yeah, good stuff. And most importantly, what I always find you should have in the easiest to access pocket are Allen keys. I always have 2 sets on me, just in case, you never know. Always, always important. Never want to leave home without them. Actually, I have more Allen keys. These are actually metric, though. For when I was shooting a Zodin, I believe. Yeah, a Zodin. All right, now that this is pretty much empty, slide this away. Put these in the duffel bag. Yeah, usually at the end of the day, I have a giant clear garbage bag, and I just throw all of my dirty clothes and crap into that bag, and I separate it from everything else. And because I'm not trying to fold it when I'm trying to leave the field, it's just a giant mess. And this $18 duffel bag, which has lasted me for 4 years, has 0 signs of wear, and it cleans off really well. There's a special pocket in here. I'll leave a link in the description about it. It's a GoNex bag you can buy off Amazon. Literally a pocket here for cleats. Yeah, it's just a great bag. It's perfect for using in paintball. So this is Pointed Eclipse's gravel bag. I believe they just came out with the second version of it just recently. I've never heard of anything about it because, well, I'm not really usually interested in backpacks like this. I mean, as a standalone, it's kind of bulky and ugly. And something I feel like isn't well documented or advertised, at least from what I've seen out of these, when they should show pictures of these. If you unzip this, you get another massive amount of space in this gear bag. So it's like a third of the size bigger at this point. So I've gone to the field. I went to the field 2 weeks ago. I did not have, I had the DSR and another marker in a much smaller case than what Field 1 has. So everything was able to fit before. Let's try it again. We'll see. All right, so what I like to do, because of how rigid and square these are, I'll put these at the bottom of the gear bag here. Force, if you guys can see that. And then stack the DSR on top. I'm going to take the 77, slide it beside the marker bags I just slid in. It's a little bit tighter because of the Field 1 Force marker bag. Before, I was able to slide the hopper in next to it. So let's try. Without breaking anything. There. Let's see if I can slide it above on top of the tank. All right, there we go. So it's definitely packed in there now. You guys can see this. Got the Force, DSR, tank, hopper. It's not bad though. We'll start off with the soft goods. Like I said, because of the order I like to change in, I try to set them in the same order. So my jersey goes down first because that's one of the last things I put on. And there's pockets in here. There's a laptop sleeve that you can use for other various items in here. There's a small zipper here. You guys can see this. I need a wider lens. And the material in here is all kind of slippery material that should be relatively easy to clean. Slider shorts, knee pads, leg thermals are usually put on first, so I'm going to put that over there. I'm going to put the pants in, the upper body, the thermal layer, the base. This thing is super warm. Highly recommend these. These are all by Under Armour. Keeps you very, very warm. I'll put the change t-shirt and arm pads, knee pads. I'll fold these a little better. Legs. You can probably shove this. Actually, yeah, that's perfect. And then you have the slider shorts. So there's actually still, if you guys can see this, a bit of room left here. I can slide back, you guys can see better. A little bit of room here. You can kind of shove this anywhere, it's just a block of wood. And then the pod pack. And this is where I feel like a lot of gear bag videos don't include these. It's not like you go to the field without pods, so I'm not sure why people don't put them in. So this is Vulcan's newer pod pack. You can fit up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think it's like a 4+8 pod pack. I don't know. It's a great pod pack. I actually received this from a viewer, and we'll be reviewing relatively soon. All right, let's see if we can close this up now. Look at that. Fit then pretty much the entire gear bag in there, with exception to my paint holder and my mask, which I can just clip on to the backpack, which isn't too bad. There's still a zipper here, which I will show you guys. So I like to bring a tarp to lay this bag on because it likes to lay down like this on the floor. Because you put this on your back, I like to keep that clean. So I have a nice easy tarp that I just lay down that I bought for really cheap off Amazon. But yeah, there's a front pocket here, which can easily store the rest of the stuff that I need. There's a pocket up top here. Yeah, so this gear bag is incredibly flexible. I've tried to pack my push backpack with the same amount, and it's nowhere near the same. As you guys can see, it is the same height, but the way this bag is designed and the accessibility of this bag, everything wants to kind of come together tightly as a roll, and it just doesn't allow for the same amount of storage. Now there's a compartment for cleats here, or dirty objects. Specifically, there's a mask holder area, but as soon as you start adding in a mask takes up quite a lot of space, and it's something that you don't want to be kind of crushing. So I don't mind having the mask hanging off the side of my gear bag. This is a great high quality bag. All the hardware on here, on the straps and everything, is top notch. It's way more pricier than this bag, but I would say that this bag is far more functional. It is just an empty vessel that you can just throw a bunch of stuff in. There's a lot of padding associated with this gear bag, this backpack by Push. You don't have that same kind of protection here, and I think that's where you get more your volume. Yeah, this expansion portion here on the back of the gear bag is fantastic though, and I would highly recommend this compared to the Push. And if you guys are looking to save money, because I believe these roller gear bags are a couple $100. If you can save yourself the money and just grab yourself one of these backpacks, definitely do it. $80, brand new, is fantastic. Before I forget, I should probably show you how the backpack looks with it on. Alright, so aside from not placing the miscellaneous chronograph and the inserts and the headbands, like I said, all this can fit within this front compartment here. Not too worried about it. So this is what it looks like with the backpack on. It's kind of a little bit awkward because the bottom, at least on my frame, extends past or down to my upper legs. But yeah, the backpack is fairly comfortable, very functional. Because when you're running around with the roller gear bag, let's say like how most of these events are, it's extremely muddy. You don't want to get your gear bag 6 inches deep into the mud. So having it on your back is way more secure, way more easier to control and to manage when you're walking from the parking lot to whatever field you're at. So along with the backpack, I will always be traveling around with this duffel bag too. Definitely check out this bag or this strategy of maintaining your equipment. It's two things to be worried about, but it makes things so much easier to manage and to keep things separate. And when you pack this bag up with the dirty stuff, at the end of the day, you can close up the expansion on this backpack, and you got something like that's nice and small and easy to manage. So yeah, I hope you guys found this informative. If you guys have any questions, you know where to ask, and I'll see you guys in the next video.